Hi everyone, today I'm here with the Jamboree 2023 update. Last time I uploaded it on Friday and I realized that there was a lot of things that happened during the weekend, so I thought it'd be nice to let people know. So let's get started. So I've organized this into a little blog post for me to know and to share with other people, but here it is. The current countries who pulled out. As you guys know, there are countries who are stepping out of this event, which includes US and UK and Singapore. A bit of data on where the money was spent was also revealed actually this morning. So I checked the Korean news of Chungang, and the title says, "To learn Jamboree, they went on a cruise." I think that was a bit of sarcasm. The government officials went out for international travels 99 times. Now, of course, you do need to go outside to explore what other countries are doing, maybe in terms of their cultures and everything. So in the article, it shows a little graph. It tells you which part of the government officials went. And as you guys know, there were a lot. Obviously, the Jeonbuk provincial government, along with the Buan county government, and then there's definitely the 새만금 개발청, which is the development and investment agency, and then the Ministry of Gender Equality and Family, and finally the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs. Now, it's always, like I said, it's good, but the reality was different, and I am trusting the news of what they're saying. Hopefully, I cross my finger that it's not true, but I have translated this also in English. The list states that back starting from 2016, they were in multiple countries of Europe and Asia. So we're gonna start opposite way. I didn't know why I organized it like this. But 2019, they were in UK and France for 10 days. Their purpose, as they said, were to investigate the area festival. However, the reality was that they actually went for wine tasting in Montmartre. Sorry, my French is awful, so I might be pronouncing this wrong. But yeah, they were doing wine tasting along with doing tours at Buckingham Palace. 2019, they were in China for 7 days, as they say was for marketing, but in reality, they were on like this fam cruise, fam tour. So I'm guessing maybe their fam is supposed to be like the family. They were on a family tour cruise experience. And then 2018, they were in Switzerland and Italy, and as they say, they wanted to do some association with Venice. However, the reality was they did visit a scouting center, which I guess did count as some association, but ended up doing some tours in Venice and Milan. 2017, they were in Czech, France, and UK for 14 days. Their purpose was to promote the event, but in the end watched a musical in London and toured the Prague Castle. Yeah, and then finally, they were in Japan for 5 days in 2016. As they say, they wanted to build connections with Japan, who actually had experience hosting it. But the reality was they ended up visiting the sake brewery and the museum. So I could be sarcastic, but yeah, it just makes me speechless hearing about this news. And hopefully whoever wrote this news is saying that this is not true and they were actually there to do something. We don't have proof that they actually did something, but it seems that they also used the money for this. Also, the fact that for some people, of course, in the $200 million yeah, that this portion would have been very small. However, the fact that they were doing most of this instead of really caring for the kids, you could have bought so much like water bottles with instead of going here. So it was kind of unfortunate. Now, another thing that happened is that there was a women's shower room incident, or women's shower booth, where this article states that actually a Thailand guy member of Jamboree apologized for his actions. So looking more in depth about it, it seems that one of the member went inside. In this article, it says he went inside and watched a woman shower and he got caught. So they asked to do something about it because they should, right? And nothing was done in return, so obviously it made everyone mad. And kind of there was like a little debate between what's exactly the truth, because in the another article that I found, he said that he did it because he was too hot. Now I'm hoping, cross my fingers, it's a translation issue, that maybe there was, you know, some type of translation, maybe he misunderstood, I don't know. But in this article, they say they might have been a misunderstanding. And looking in depth, the ministry said that they've checked the case and that they realized that it's a cultural difference that might have caused this incident. So they just ended up giving him like a warning, say, hey, like, you're not supposed to do that. I'm not sure why they would use the word cultural difference here, but it seemed that he went inside the women's shower room because it was too hot, and that he wasn't in there to do any sexual like harassment or sexual abuse, and he was just there to use the shower room booth. Also in this article, he also stated that he was inside first when there was no one there, and that the girl who basically reported him came after him. So he's kind of saying, I feel, you know, it's not really my fault, but no matter, I mean, like, obviously they should fix this, but in the end, it's upsetting to hear that anyone could access the women's shower room without permission, or like, there's no way of like not entering, and that like there weren't anyone who could have maybe helped out if it was actually a cultural difference as they're stating it, that there was maybe no one to help out with. So it's kind of shocking that this were happening, but hopefully in the end this matter gets taken care of. Hopefully, cross your finger. Now another incident happened where the typhoon ended up hitting the area, or will be hitting. So in 3 days, there will be a typhoon hitting in that district. So it's going to pass by in Korea. Now, what's unfortunate is around this season, it's typhoon season, which means that there's going to be more flooding, which is really upsetting. But we're hoping that they have some details on how they're going to take care of this matter, because when there's a typhoon, it does get kind of crazy, and I hope they're going to know what they're going to be doing. So a major typhoon named Kanun will be in that area by August 10th, which is 3 days from now. And in the map shown, you see how it's being moved. We kind of thought that they made this kind of like an arc mark in this area, so we thought that it'd go to Japan. But unfortunately, it seems that it's going straight up to Korea. We still have to keep an eye on this. We're not sure how it's going to be, but hopefully it's not going to hit Korea and be in that district or that area. But we'll have to keep an eye on this. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the biggest. I don't know if maybe the parents are going to be pretty interested in this, but the K-pop's delayed. Now, there has been multiple reasons of why the K-pop has been delayed. Some people say the typhoon, which doesn't make sense because it's happening right like the day before the K-pop, because they moved it to the 11th. They also say that maybe the incident with the women's shower room, that's kind of causing it because everyone's worried about it. They also did blame K-pop for everyone fainting, so they're saying that, oh, well, we don't want this happening, so we're going to move the K-pop event to a much later, hotter time. Doesn't make sense, but that's happening. So it was supposed to happen on the 6th, which is yesterday, but now it's on the 11th. Now the kind of what the Koreans are saying in terms of the rumor would be like maybe they're trying to bring BTS, because, you know, BTS is a world star. Unfortunately, some of the members from BTS isn't military, so I don't know how that's gonna happen. Maybe they're gonna try to bring at least like Blackpink or something. Or it seems that there was an issue of trying to take K-pop idols from other festivals. I know there's one near Jeonju that's coming up also on the 11th, so I don't know if they wanted to like double time them, where maybe could save them money. This is all theory, but in the end, they did end up moving it, and it caused issue with other events that's happening around the area. Now, they are planning to do the K-pop concert in the Jeonbuk Jeonju World Cup Center or stadium. And why this is kind of an issue is that they were actually supposed to have a match on the 12th, and it takes Korean grass, it takes a while for it to kind of grow. So a lot of the places in Korea, they don't actually want you stepping on the grass. Now, if they have it in there, which it only takes like a day for the grass to grow. So a lot of the soccer players are kind of upset with this situation because the quality of the stadium is going to be bad. Of course, for the kids, it should be something that's understandable. But what they're upset is that why didn't you just have it on the 6th where it was supposed to and like satisfy everyone, and all of a sudden change and then ruin other people's event? Because there's obviously going to be soccer fans who wanted to go to the event, but it seems that if they're also going to move the soccer match, then what's going to happen? So the whole management is really a disaster, and I'm still shocked that it took them 6 years to plan this. This disaster. I feel like people, and actually a lot of Koreans are saying even a kindergartner would do a better job planning. Maybe not kindergarten, but like middle school students would do a better job of planning than this. So it's really unfortunate that this happened. Now, there are some positive news, luckily. And I wanted to share this because it seems that whatever I'm saying has been super negative. So definitely there are companies trying to help out with this situation. As you guys know, people are in, like, they're overheating and they're really exhausted from everything. Lots of bug bites, lots of sunburn. So, and they also said the food quality was bad, remember? And so there has been companies, and I'm going to name some of them, like the SPC group, which has a couple of chain lines of food. For example, Bakri Baguette. In Korea, it's called Bari Baguette. And the SPC Samrib bread. So they're trying to provide a couple of bread to the kids. Amore Pacific is a famous Korean makeup company, and they are providing sunscreen. E-Mart, which is kind of like Costco in Korea, they're sending 10,000 bottles of water along with some ice cold water. They also plan on sending other items if needed. So if they need any type of food, beverage, etc., it's going to be provided. GS25, which is a convenience store, is providing bottled water and ice water, and they are trying to get any like better cooling system in that area, along with tents with free phone charging system or service. Taiso, which is like a dollar store in Korea, I think they have one in California, so you guys might know of it. They're sending out cooling scarves. I don't know if they actually have cooling scarves in US, but it's one of those scarves you put it around and it actually cools you. So it's kind of like how the name works. And I put Daddy Samsung because they are providing the most. I mean, the other things are also good, but it seems like they're trying to really help out too, like, because Samsung is a big company. So they're sending 150 entry-level staff, so who just got into Samsung, to do any type of cleanups, like picking up trash, etc., if there's any like cleaning that needs to be required, because right now they're having issues with that. As you guys saw, the toilets, the street, even trying to do recycling there, it seems it's awful. So that sucks. And then they're also having an open campus program, which involves visiting the semiconductor factory in Hwasong and a Samsung Innovation Museum in Suwon. So they're giving more tours that's more inside, so that the kids don't have to stay outside or be in this puddle of water that has lots of bugs. And finally, they will send some medical staff from Samsung Medical Center for care. As you guys know, I think it was like 11 members who's coming, and provide better bathroom stalls, some electric carts if they need it somehow, and then healthy drinks. So after kind of going through this with my chat, questions I had were, where do they really spend the money? Of course, we kind of got like some real flaws, and it seems that everyone's talking about embezzlement. I know they're not going to come front with this, but I really wish they would tell us, because I'm shocked that $200 million is this like quality, right? I'm guessing that's everyone's thought process right now. Another question is, did they not consider a plan B? It seems like they were too overconfident. I've seen interviews of them being like, we are so certain that this event's going to be fun, etc. But it seems that that's not the truth. So we'll have to see about that. And that, could the problem be avoided at all? Like, I mean, we've seen the bug issue, we've seen the heat. And even people in Korea, individuals, know that this summer will be rainy season. Earlier this year, they've like specifically mentioned that this summer is going to be humid and hot and rainy. So couldn't they have changed the location if it was only this bad quality? I'm shocked about that. And then did they really think they were gonna, like, they weren't gonna be any bugs? I think the bug issue is one of the biggest thing. Actually, I saw the stats. I should have brought it in my article, but that it seems that the fire ants are causing more of an issue of kids actually going to the doctors instead of the overheating. So did they not know about it? You know, like, there's lots of predictions that could have been done. Shocked that it couldn't been avoided. So, and then why is a convenience store much more expensive than the regular store price? I've read about this and I was shocked. I don't know, like, if we're playing the blame game, as the government is really enjoying right now. I saw the news this morning and they were like trying to point fingers at each other. Is it talking about, oh, was it the last government who was having this issue? Was it this government having this issue? Yeah, well, if we're playing the blame game, who are you going to blame? GS25 for increasing the price, or you guys who just wanted to, like, munch off of these young kids? They've already paid to come to this event. At least water should have been provided. And finally, did they not have experts like a geologist visiting the site at all? Like, they would have known. And I bet you guys probably have more questions about this and really wish... You know, I feel like there was a lot of time that could have been avoided with this matter and everything, but it's shocked that it wasn't. So a couple of the conclusions I wanted to make about my today's article was that currently, as you guys heard, different companies are trying to help out. Not just companies, there's like temples are trying to help out, like individuals are trying to help out. I've heard like some of the people trying to help out for people, the kids who are in like Seoul right now. I've heard that they're trying to enjoy it somehow. Well, us individual plus the companies are trying to help out, but I don't want the Korean government to be like, we've caused this issue, however we were able to wrap it up well. I don't want that happening, and I'm afraid that it's gonna happen if people start helping out, like the companies and everyone. I'm afraid they're gonna say this. So I hope that they really like wake up and get smacked, or like get fired at least for causing all this. And I've also had enough of all the blame games that's going on in Korea of like whose fault it is, which side of the politics, blah blah blah, etc. And I just really want the kids to have an enjoyable experience during the trip. I know it's supposed to be like very tent based and Girl Scout, Boy Scout, that type of thing. I've had that experience, but it seems that that's kind of not what's been going on in Korea right now. So I really wish that that's going to be solved. And that's all for the current update up to August 7th. I think there's more coming up, so if there are important things, I'll try to translate it for people who need it. Other than that, that's all for my Jamboree updates. And hope everyone had a wonderful time listening. And see you guys on my next one. Bye, guys.